The Wendy Williams Show.
For watching our show, say hello to my co-host Stanford studio audience. And the virtuals at home. How you doing? I'm doing okay. Let's get started. It's time for Hot Do you smell it? Yes. We're cooking with Latasha or Latasha. How do we say her name?
I think it's, I grew up saying Latasha.
Me too!
And for some reason today, somebody told me Latasha, and I just talked to her. She's here.
Yeah?
In studio. I'm excited, but I think it's Latasha.
Latasha. So, Latasha's here. You know she's from the group Escape, but she's also a really good cook. It all happened during Corona when, you know, she's in the house and she's like, let me do something different. And she's got this husband and he's real cute. And so she's making vegan shrimp and rigatoni. Now, I've had the vegan shrimp before. They're good, they'll cut the mustard as long as you have good tartar sauce and the hot sauce out there, you know, to really sauce it up. And then pasta's good all the time. Yeah. So anyway, for everybody who's a Prince fan, you must know that his ashes are on display. Not splashed all over the ground, not like that, not like that. But apparently Prince's home in Paisley Park in Minnesota is now a museum. I think we've talked about this before. And on the 5th anniversary of his death, April 21st, they're allowing, you know what? I heard you say, yeah, wow, but it actually seems to me like it was a lot longer than that ago. That doesn't seem like it just happened yesterday. That seems like 20 lifetimes ago, you know? And they're gonna allow 1,400 fans to visit his compound, you know, the home that he lived in and slept in and stuff, the home that he died in the elevator in, the home that he did all of his recording in, the home where I heard he was an excellent cook in, the home where he played basketball with Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall and them in. Okay, so he got his ashes, all right, and you can visit for 30 minutes. So I guess you'll social distance and line up and you'll have to wear masks and all that other kind of stuff. I have no idea how the weather is in Minneapolis on April 21st, but I suspect it'll be a lovely day. So this is the urn. It is they did his whole mansion they made it smaller and so the ashes are inside, you know? It's really nice. It looks so exact-like. I'd want to take a selfie with it. You know what I mean? Shout out to Minneapolis, but I don't know what else there is to do there except for maybe catch up with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. The food there is delicious, but it's not exactly what you think of when you have time off from work on a lovely April 21st day when everybody's been on lockdown for so long. However, if you are a Prince diehard fan, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. And I was asked during our Hot Topics meeting, do I think this is something that Prince would want? And I said, well, I didn't know him like that. I knew him like, I can't believe I'm sitting with Prince. I can't believe Prince watches our show. I can't believe Prince wants to meet me. Because I never went to Prince. Prince always called for me, and that happened 3 times while he was alive. And I know.
I can't even, I mean.
I know. I jumped out of the bed, threw on my best leggings. You know, I didn't want to dress too far out of character. You know, my best street wig and went. But 3 different times, I jumped on the stage and played the tambourine and danced while he performed. And my ex-husband was taking the pictures from the side, and he was cheering me on and stuff. And he said, "Go up to him a little closer." And I did. And I was like practically breathing in his neck, but I didn't bump into him. You know, I'm clumsy, and and he's over on the side, click, 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 and next thing you know, he gets a tap on his shoulder, and security tells him, "Delete it all, or we will take your phone." And they didn't care that you're Wendy's soon-to-be ex-husband. You know? Yeah. But that's how Prince was, so there are no receipts to that. So you could think I'm lying if you want, but I know what I know.
Oh, yeah.
And I did what I did. And then tambourine, man. Yeah. Yeah. I think Prince would have loved this idea just based on, I also didn't know that Prince, you know, walked to Walgreens shivering and shaking because he needed his fentanyl. You know, I didn't know that. I didn't even think Prince drank. I didn't even think he smoked weed or a cigarette or anything. So the way he died was, first of all, that it was too soon, but also how he died. And based on that, I think he would have loved the idea of his house becoming a museum more than, you know, leaving it to his siblings to sell and pay for college or whatever for their own selves. There's something, pardon me, Prince, for saying this, there's something selfishly self-centered about him, you know, upon studying further. But he liked me. Okay, over in Jersey, Black Dolores.
Every time.
Look at her.
It makes me laugh.
You can't tell. Black Dolores, she's a beautiful woman, right?
Beautiful.
And she's in her 40s and everything, had all the kids. Okay, Dolores threw a party for the ladies at her boyfriend David's house that David built for them to live in. Now, this is David. He's a doctor. And Dolores is waiting for him. I don't know whether she's still waiting to be asked, will you marry me? But Dolores says she doesn't want to live there anymore. Like, she wanted this house, she wanted that. And her ex-husband, Frank, who, by the way, I would drive by several times. Lucky Black Dolores. Anyway, so Melissa wasn't buying it, that she doesn't want to live in the house. Take a look.
You don't live here?
I don't live here.
Why don't you live here?
Tell you the truth, I have built a life for over 20 years. I've raised my kids by myself to get them where they are. You know, for the first time, I like my freedom. I don't think I want to live with somebody. You know why?
Don't say that, don't say that. If you had a ring on it, you would live here.
I just feel like people have really great coping mechanisms.
You know what? If I really wanted to move in, I could care less about a ring.
I don't have the big car, but you know what? Who wants to pay that bill? My boyfriend doesn't want to spend time with me. Well, I love my freedom.
Melissa has a point, but here's what I do believe, because I've said this to you before. I would get married again, but I don't want to live with you. I like my freedom. I've raised my kid. I know who I am, and I don't want you living with me either. You can have a piece of a top drawer and a toothbrush, and you're not leaving your cologne behind or anything like, no. And I would do the same thing for his house. even if we spent 7 days a week, I think this might be where Black Dolores is going with this, Melissa, and everybody who doesn't understand. You know, when you become a particular age and you really value your freedom and you reflect back on your life, which, by the way, Lifetime is playing the Wendy event tomorrow night. Yeah. Beginning at 8. It's 4 hours that you'll never get back, but it's the movie for 2 hours and the documentary for 2.
Yes.
And I'm watching it because I still can't believe what I've been through and that I had the nerve to really share it with you. You know? So, and that's part of the reason why I wouldn't live with somebody else again. And even if we stayed together 7 days a week, you know what I mean? I go over there, I cook or bring food in. He comes to my house and watches football, whatever. 7 days a week. There's something about, at this point, in maybe me and Black Dolores' life, having your own place to run to with a fully stocked closet of shoes or sneakers, dresses, toothbrushes. I'd never let it run out of paper towels, toilet paper. It'd be like I still live there, but we're back and forth. I could do that. So, Melissa, you and Joe are still happy. And maybe one day you'll have a better understanding. I'm not saying you'll divorce to have a better understanding, but maybe you'll have a better understanding. Okay, onward.
All right.
Okay, you know the rapper Bobby Shmurda? Well, he has a lot of rules to follow if he wants to stay out of jail. Okay, he's on parole until 2026, and this young man is only 26 years old. And he's a rapper. And there's a certain quality of life, or not life, that you lead, which led him to jail to begin with. And he was there for 6 years, and he did his reflections, and you know, he said, I'm never going back. I'm never going back. You know, like, no alcohol. No bars. Like, you can't be seen at bars. And nightclubs. Substance abuse tests randomly. Like, you can get a call, telephone, or doorbell knock at 2 o'clock in the morning. You got to open the door and urinate or something. Yeah. He can't hang out with gangs. Now, see, that's a part of his curfew. You would think that would be, of course he wouldn't hang out with gangs, except gangs are all over rap. Oh, and that 8 p.m. curfew, that's the most beautiful thing of all the things. Who doesn't want to be in the house by 8 o'clock? Oh, perfect. It's perfect. As long as the cable's working and you got food in the fridge. See, here's what I think, though. Don't be offended, Schmurda, but I think you'll be in trouble before the middle of the summer comes. I do. Sus, you understand what I'm saying? You might not.
Not at all.
Norman, do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, because when the summer comes, that's when the temptation comes.
Right.
And it's hard to, like, stay on the straight and narrow.
And it's hard to stay away from gang people if these are your friends.
And even, like, alcohol in bars, it's hard to stay away from.
Right, you want to go to the club.
Uh-huh.
And also, he could be anywhere, and you know how you get a contact?
Uh-huh, right.
And then all of a sudden he has to do the urine test. That's not a thinker over there. You know, he tries to say, oh, straighten and what?
I'm trying to keep...
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand it's difficult. It's difficult, especially being in the entertainment industry, but let's hope for the best with him.
Oh, and by the way, they say he has to keep a job in his career, which means he's got to go to the studio. And who's at the studio? Okay? And, you know, within 24 hours of him getting let out, or about 24 hours thereof, he was seen at a bar. And yes, he's turning down the drink. I guess, you know, saying he's got, you know, something good right there. But look at the girls and by the middle of July, he's gonna become a weakened man. Bobby, all eyes on you. And people will post. And people are jealous. And even when they call themselves your family or your friends, all eyes on you. And he's got to do this for 5 years, by the way. This is 5 years. He won't be able to do it.
He can do it. We believe in you, Bobby. You got this.
In the meantime, there's this Serbian model. Doesn't that sound fabulous and exotic? Let me show you. There you go. Show the other one. Too. Look at this. Look at. Yeah. That's a Serbian model. You know, Rambo, something is very, very funny about you being an active co-host. I love it so much. He takes his hands off the camera to clap along with me. He's following the stories and laughing. Yeah. Yeah. You think Bobby Shmurda could do it?
What's that?
Do you think he could do it for 5 years?
No.
It'll be over before summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah. So, see, my people. There's the Serbian model, that's her, and she's claiming that she was offered $71,000 to seduce the film tennis star, Djokovic. Yeah, I don't want to say it wrong. His name is Djokovic. I know his name. I don't follow tennis, except for the Williamses, and even then I don't watch. I just watch when they win and hold up the thing, and I like to see what costumes they're wearing. But anyway, what they want to do is get her to have sex with him and film it because he's married with children, and it'll bring down his career in an otherwise, tennis is such a, tennis and golf. Nobody cheats. Everyone's nice. They expect behavior like that from football and I guess baseball and basketball. But so she was asked by a guy that she knew to come to the table, and she thought it was about business. And it turns out that this guy that she knew to come to the table offered that money. And a vacation to anywhere that she wants to go to set him up. She thought it was a joke, and she left the restaurant. You gotta clap for that. You gotta clap for that. Good for her. Good for her. There are plenty of other women who would do it, including some around us. Right? Clap if you do it, co-host. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's because their moms are watching.
Right.
It's so easy to do because all you have to do is bring that teddy bear that you love so much, and in a weird kind of way, a sexy girl like this, a man for a moment would think, oh my gosh, there's a little fetish going on here. I love that you have the teddy bear, but if you get it from the spy shop, it's got a good camera in the eye, and all you do is flip the button and put the teddy bear down and get to pleasing. He's been married for 7 years. He's got 2 kids. Oh. Yeah. It's very sad. I'll tell you, we all have to watch it out here because men will try to set us up too. Yeah. And it's really, really easy to be done. That pen in the pocket, you can't see. A girl's earring, and she wears this hairstyle where her hair is always tucked. And she does you good, and and she's wiggling her ears, and a barrette. Denzel Washington's son is speaking out about having his famous dad. So his name is John David Washington. I'm not familiar with him but I'm familiar with the things he's been in. He was in Malcolm and Marie, which I didn't see. He was in Black Klansman, which I didn't see. And he was interviewing with Rolling Stone. And he said, I don't even know if people see me as John David yet. I'm still Denzel's son. I'll always be his son. And the thing is that, to me, they don't really look alike at all. But Norman was saying if you close your eyes and don't look at the TV, they sound just alike.
It's like Denzel's in the movie. Like, they have the exact same voice.
Huh. The thing is about being Denzel's son is that it gets you in the door, you know, to the auditions and stuff. When all the other guys are lined up to play the role, chances are Denzel already called ahead and said, you know, my son is here, give him the job. And they say, yes, sir. And he's apparently proven himself so far. I mean, those are pretty good roles, from what I understand that he's had. Celebrity kids like that need to prove themselves more than other people, which is the opposite end of a problem, whereas regular people, you know, you have to go on the audition, you know, you're starving, you barely have any money. He's living in a compound or someplace luxurious, driving fast cars. And it's still a struggle for all of you all. Good luck, Denzel's son. John David.